Hello and welcome to Alignment Week 13 with Mary Jo. The theme of inner alignment, cultivating inner alignment in 2025, align to thrive, aligning our energies so that all of our energy is on board with all of our energies, inclusive inner universe, the microcosm of the macrocosm. And this week, I want to share, as I've shared in my newsletter, keep the newsletter that goes out to my free memberships through the Substack account that I run, Mary Jo Halligan, if you're not already subscribed, and what I put in these videos for my paid memberships. And on the YouTube, you find that you'll have availability to it. So yes, so I just got off a 10-day Vipassana silent meditation retreat. It was 15 years since the last time I did one. And so I'm quite inspired to share around that today. And it totally supports the intention of alignment for 2025 and has given me so much more opportunity. 10 days of silence is a lot of time to be with oneself and learning the technique and really understanding what the Buddha meant when he said that human suffering is brought about through either craving and aversion, or both craving and aversion. And the technique is to come out of both of that. And in my newsletter, I talked about push and pull, push and pull. I want, I don't want, I like, I don't like. But like aversion is really pushing away something, rejecting, avoiding, numbing. I don't want to feel, I don't want to hear, I don't want to see, I don't want to know, I don't want to accept. And then the craving is I need more, and clinging, grasping, attachment, and like attaching to things that we perceive is stuff that we truly want or we love, or we are entangling our energy with. And I can definitely, and I spent a lot of time in the retreat really reflecting on my own journey with selling the retreat business that I sold in December 2023. And what a journey that has been of releasing attachments and letting go to all those attachments to something that I truly loved and put a lot of love into and got a lot of love from. So really, I got to really understand what the Buddha meant by the craving as attachment, as well as the aversion, and this push and pull, rather than this allowance. So the meditation technique and coming deeper into our alignment and out of this duality, we're collapsing the pushing against, the clinging after, and it's kind of like we're dissolving that friction energy, dual energy, and it's like turning these turning towards ourself, going deeper in towards ourself to unify and to come more into an objective awareness. Yes. So with that, I invite you into your breath, and I'm going to share the practice of the meditation techniques. It'll only be a little taster because, the first part I'm going to share, we practice this for 3.5 days. If this little taster gives you some inspiration, perhaps you want to book yourself on a 10-day silent Vipassana retreat. And it is a bit of a calling, so trust that. Okay, so as always, breath awareness. And that is actually the first part, the first meditation, apana, which is breath awareness. So I just want you to become aware of your breath in and out through the nose as you relax your shoulders. Become aware of your bum on the seat, feet on the earth. And just allowing yourself to relax any tension. And just imagine it just all draining out of you into the earth as you bring your focus and awareness to your breath. So becoming aware of the breath entering through the nostrils and moving out through the nostrils. And as that breath enters, becoming aware of the abdomen relaxing, rib cage expanding, chest expanding, and just allowing that breath to be received. Not forcing, just allowing. Allowing that breath to be received naturally by the body. And on the exhale, naturally, for that breath to be released on the exhale as the abdomen draws in, the chest comes back in as the breath leaves the top of the lungs, the rib cage comes back in as the breath leaves the middle of the lungs, and the belly button back towards the spine. But again, just very natural, not excessive, just allowing more, just allowing yourself to be aware. Yeah, I'm allowing the breath. And then bringing the awareness to the nostrils again, and see if you can be aware of that sensation. So closing down the eyes if you haven't already, and drawing your awareness in to the sensation of the breath. And noticing the sensation around the rings of the nose and inside the nose, surrounding the nose, and just below the nose. And continue to focus on that area. Continue to just follow any sensations that you're feeling and get really curious to notice sensations. And anytime the mind takes you off into some thoughts, just very gently, wandering mind, acknowledging the wandering mind, and then once more bring it to the focus of the sensation of the breath, moving through the nostrils, sensation around the rim of the nostrils, inside the nostrils, below the nostrils, and above the upper lip. And you may notice a temperature, a warmth, or a coolness as the breath comes in, and a different temperature as the breath goes out. So just noticing what you notice. So this is called anapana, focusing and developing concentration of mind, samadhi, through this focus, through this bringing the focus back and heightening awareness of this area. So you're bringing you're drawing your focus into a small area to develop that concentration of mind, concentration of awareness, focus. And just know it's perfectly natural for the mind to pop off. And again, we're just cultivating the practice of, the intention is to bring the awareness back here to the sensations of the nose, the breath, the different sensations of breath moving through the nose, the nostrils, and out. And being aware of any sensations that you're feeling, maybe pulsing, warmth, coolness, numbness, pressure, pulsing, whatever you're aware of. You don't have to name the sensations, just being aware of different sensations. And as you're focusing there, you may just notice how your body is just relaxing. And you may also notice how the agitation of your mind, where the mind is taking you off and then having to bring it back, that may create, or you may notice the agitation. And so, it's just like a wild horse. You're just training the wild mind to focus and to keep bringing it back, to strengthen this practice. Okay, so we'll just do that for one more minute. Noticing what you notice. Okay, so that is Anapana. That is Anapana meditation practice. So in the Vipassana retreat, that is what is practiced for the first 3.5 days to really strengthen the concentration of mind, samadhi. And then the next step, and of course, we notice that the mind is moving from the past into the future, or just often imaginations or visualizations. So we bring it back to sensations and just keep bringing it back, keep bringing it back. So we're repatterning the concentration of mind so that we're directing it rather than it directing us, past, future. Yeah. And I can tell you, my own experience was, the first day or two was really noticing and just even music I listen to, be thinking about the music or, different things. So it takes a couple of days. And that's why the silence is so important, because it's like you empty out from all those chattering mind and memories, so that it just calms down and that focus increases. So the 10-day Vipassana retreat with the 10 days of silence, also the first part of it is morality, and it's about taking on these 5 precepts, which is, through the silence, is not speaking lies, so we don't get a chance because we're in silence. No stealing, no sexual misconduct. What's the other ones? There's 5 precepts anyways, but they're pretty basic, kind of common sense in a way, if you've done any any inner work whatsoever. Yeah, and then samadhi is the next part, and so yeah, apana, or is apana? Yeah, apana. Anyways, it's the morality is the first part, then concentration of mind is the second part, and then moving into vipassana is the third part. So let's do that now. So, and again, this is just a little taster, all right? Remember, I've just did 10 days of this. So yeah, and the benefit and the outcome is that I can really sit cross-legged for an hour in meditation with a lot more presence and a lot more ease. And that was my intention going into it. I wanted to deepen my presence, my inner presence, and calm. And calm through non-reactivity of this the agitation of the mind when different sensations come up in the body and create that push and pull, aversion, craving, or attachment, rejection. So yeah, it's a powerful practice indeed. And it really is about coming deeper into the self and being able to just be with all the different sensations that happen on the body, using the concentration of mind and the practice of samadhi. So with that, let's do that now. So I'll invite you now to close down your eyes. And this time we're going to take your focus from above the lips to the top of your head, and just see if you can notice just a circle on the top of your head. And just notice a circle of sensations, maybe a couple of inches, something like that, just right on the top of your head. And if it needs to be a bigger area, you can do maybe just the top of your head, like the crown. And just notice there. So get a good sense of the senses, of the sensations in that area. And then see about moving your awareness. So you come down the front, come down through the forehead, and then take your awareness to the back of the head without touching it. Moving my hand there, but without touching it. Take the awareness over to the right side of the head, the scalp, over to the left side, and noticing the different sensations throughout the scalp. Taking the awareness over to the right ear, noticing what different sensations can you feel in the right ear, and then the left ear. And then come to the face, the nose, and above the nose, the eyes. So you can do along the eyebrows, the right side, the left side. Moving your awareness along, looking for sensations, different sensations, pulsing, heat, cold, numbness. Moving your awareness through the right eyelid, eyeball, over to the right temple, to the left eyelid, eyeball, over to the left temple, down through the cheeks, right cheek, left cheek, coming down through from the cheeks to the lips, above the lip, the upper lip, the lower lip, and the chin. Coming down through the throat, front of the throat, down through the neck, from the chin, back of the throat, down towards the shoulders, moving out through the right shoulder, moving your awareness. So you see you're moving your awareness, keeping that concentration of awareness. Anytime the mind kind of pulls up, you just gently bring it back to the focus and the awareness of sensation, while keeping balanced mind, which is equanimous, allowing, neutral, no push or pull, no judgment. So releasing the agitation or annoyance that may come up, just not giving it any energy as you bring the awareness to the breath and sensation. Moving your awareness now down through the right shoulder, the upper arm, the elbow, moving down through the lower arm, the wrist, the palm, the fingers, the thumb. So thumb, next finger, middle finger, next finger, and baby finger. And then bringing the awareness back to the left shoulder this time. Moving down through the left shoulder, down through the left upper arm, the elbow, down to the lower arm, the wrist, the palm, moving down through the thumb, the index finger, next finger, middle finger, ring finger, and small finger. And then begin to bring the awareness back up to the throat, And taking the awareness down from the throat, down through the chest, down through the belly, down into the hips, and then down from the back of the throat, neck area, down through the upper back. Awareness of sensations in the upper back, down through the lower back, the middle back even, and down through the lower back. And you may just notice different pressures, different sensations. Some may be pleasant, some may be unpleasant. We're just allowing it all to be as we develop our equanimity, our objectivity, balance of mind, not taking sides of good and bad, right and wrong, or craving and aversion, pushing against or attaching to. Just allowing it all to be. Allowing all these different energies and sensations to be. And then moving down your awareness through the pelvis, through the glutes, and the hips, and moving down through the legs. So let's move down through the right leg, right thigh, down to the knee, the right calf and shin, down to the ankle, down through the feet, the right foot, and to the toes. Big toe, next toe, middle toe, next toe, baby toe. Same thing on the left side. Down to the left, from the left hip, down to the left thigh, from the thigh to the knee. And you're covering the entire area. So with practice, you become more aware of more sensations through all parts. And you go more slowly as well to really refine and deepen the awareness. From the left knee, moving down through the left calf and shin, down into the ankle, the foot, and the toes, the big toe, next toe, the middle toe, the next toe, the little toe. So that's one round. So just noticing what you notice. If you have done yoga nidra, you may be familiar with this idea of moving your awareness around the body as you lay down in yoga nidra, which is like a sleeping meditation, which is very wonderful. However, for Vipassana, it's very much about sitting upright and developing as the body may get sleepy or tired, you're deepening into that being relaxed while sitting upright, being awake. So rather than going off to sleep or drifting, so developing alertness. So there you go, that's the practice. And then the finishing practice is metta, which is loving kindness. And ultimately the goal is self-liberation from what creates suffering, which is the agitated mind, craving and aversion. And then as we cultivate more peace and harmony within us and more love, we're sharing that out. So the metta is loving kindness, loving compassion, and just sharing those merits out with others, with the world around us. And yeah, cultivating that energy of goodness and wishing that for others to also come out of their suffering and to be liberated also. And realizing that nobody else can do it, that we have to resolve what is ours to resolve and to bring it into harmony and resolution. And this is a practice for that. And to come out of reactivity and resistance and to move into equanimity, which is a balanced mind, free from aversion and attachment, and to be more an allowance, be more walking the middle path, as the Buddha spoke about, to walk the middle path, and to be able to look at the broad spectrum of life without pushing against or grasping on, and then from there take a more objective perspective and make choices from there. So more wiser choices, more enlightened choices. So as we deepen into this practice, and deepen into life, it's cultivating our own living wisdom. And that's another element of the Vipassana practice, very much about coming to your own self-realization, insights as you move through the meditation technique and you practice. Many aha moments definitely happened for me over the 10 days. And this was the fifth time I did the Vipassana meditation. It was 15 years since the last time. However, obviously there was a memory there of the benefit, and it's been in my thoughts for about a year and a half, to go and do the practice, which did come up for me during the meditation of why didn't I do this, because then the agitation was regret. If I had done this sooner, I could have saved myself, being maybe the levels of reactivity that I did experience as I was releasing my attachments and so forth over the coming months and year and a half, 4 years since end of 2020 especially, but end of 2023 as well. So yeah, and then really come to the realization that I wasn't ready. I didn't choose it, and that everything happened perfectly because I needed to really understand. I really needed to understand, what this understanding of how we create our own suffering through reactivity, and how that gets expressed, and it's just a deep knowing that it was all perfect. And again, for each of us, we're all ready when we're ready, um, to commit. And interesting, I had booked on a couple of Vipassanas and it just didn't line up, the dates or the location or whatever. So, so this, I could feel I was so 100% on board and I was exactly where I needed to be. So again, trust whatever process that you're in, and whatever alignments that you're coming in to choose for yourself. And again, it is all of my energy was on board with going, I'm ready to do this now, because part of it was, it's not fun to be living out some of these reactivities that I was noticing in myself, and wanting to shift and change. Subconscious patterning, really. And it really is a practice to really tap into the subconscious. And the subconscious is constantly reading our body sensations. So it's a great way to tap into our subconscious and reprogram it by repatterning it with more of objective equanimity, rather than that reactivity to life unconsciously. Because, of course, a lot of it is happening unconsciously, and yet the subconscious is where it's at. So there you go. Nearly up to half an hour, so I'm not going to take any past the 30 minutes. Week 13, I love the number 13. Week 13 of 2025. So grateful to be showing up here week after week in this consistent commitment to inner alignment, and to share these videos with you. Please, I invite you to leave any comments or any ahas or insights or what resonated for you underneath this video where you see it. And also, I want to let you know that, I'm creating an invitation from April the 11th to come on a 3-month journey with me, with the Align to Thrive, and to really go deep into this inner alignment. And so I'll be sharing a weekly call with the group, and also I'll provide a private Telegram group where we'll be doing daily. There'll be daily invitations and guidance and practices to really cultivate this transformation through this inner alignment that I've certainly been feeling in myself in 2025 through my own commitment to it. So if you're feeling that in yourself, you're feeling like, just like, I'm so done with my own suffering, I'm so done with my misalignments, I'm so done with this, this fight inside of me of wanting to move forward, but then doubts and fears coming up and resistance and reluctance, and to allow change and allow myself to be in more flow and synchronicity, and whatever is coming up for you. Yeah, so if you're ready to go, I want to get me in alignment truly with the deepest desires of my heart, and to get my subconscious on board, because that's where it's at, and to give myself the practices that will really support me being in line with the actions and behaviors and practices, thoughts and beliefs that will get me in alignment with 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 really allowing myself to receive the true desires of my heart, to live whatever kind of life it is that you want to experience: better health, relationships, um, abundant flow, business, career, whatever it is. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for tuning in, and yeah, just leave a comment below and I'll pop in the link for the 3-day portal. It's 333 USA, and yeah, it's going to be amazing. It does require your consistent commitment to show up. And yeah, if you do that and you do not feel incredible value and transformation, then I offer a full money back guarantee at the end of the 3 months. So just know that that's there for you as well. Because yeah, I've tried a lot of things and I've invested thousands of dollars this last year. And what I've come to realize is a lot. And this inner alignment and consistent commitment is a big part of it, to really shift and repattern the subconscious. Okay, lots of love. Take care. Namaste.